Hey there, viewers! Eat more fiber. We keep hearing this advice from nutrition experts, but let's be real. Do we really eat enough? Probably not. Experts estimate only 5% of Americans get the daily recommended amount of fiber. So, what happens when you don't get enough of this powerful nutrient? In today's video, we'll be talking about 9 health risks you face when you don't eat enough fiber. Of course, you get constipated, but what else? Can it lead to weight gain? What about diabetes? We'll be talking about all of this and more. Number 1. Unhealthy bowel movements. We're kicking things off with an uncomfortable subject, but it's one that still needs to be talked about. When you don't have enough fiber in your diet, you'll have trouble having healthy bowel movements. It's like you always feel backed up. Fiber adds bulk to your stool. It also ensures there's enough water in the stool so that it can pass through your intestines easily. When you don't get enough fiber, your digestive system slows down and makes it harder for you to pass stool. It can work the other way as well. Sometimes your stool is a bit too loose. These are both indications that you need to be eating more fiber every day. Do you have regular bowel movements? How do you make sure your gut is healthy? Share tips with the Bestie community in the comments below. Number 2. Always hungry. When you feel hungry too soon after a meal, it's probably because you're not eating enough fiber. Even if it's a heavy meal like chicken nuggets and french fries, you'll still feel empty inside. When you have the proper amount of fiber, it helps slow down your digestion process. When that happens, your blood sugar levels remain stable. This way you feel fuller for a longer period. Also, when you have soluble fiber in your diet, it will ferment in your large intestine. This produces gut hormones that can help increase your satiety levels after a meal. Foods like avocados and beans keep you feeling full and satisfied. This way you can reduce the amount of calories you consume on a daily basis, which can help you lose weight. Just don't eat foods that have added fiber in them. They don't add much in terms of nutrients. Wondering how to get the proper fiber in your diet? Eat veggies, fruit, whole grains, and legumes whenever you can. Craving a snack? Eat chickpea cucumber salad instead of fries. Grab an apple instead of a bag of chips. Oatmeal is a very healthy breakfast option for those looking for more fiber and fewer calories. For meals, you can rely on brown rice, whole grain bread, beans, lentils, and peas. Still finding it difficult to add fiber to your diet? Maybe have some fiber supplements. Just keep in mind that supplements may not provide the same benefit you get from food. The bottom line is that if you aren't getting enough fiber from your daily diet, you're likely not getting other nutrients. Looking for answers on all the latest health and wellness news? Hit that subscribe button and join our millions of followers. Stay up to date on all our great Bestie content. Number 3. Weight gain. If you don't have enough fiber in your food, you tend to get hungry a lot sooner. This means you'll be eating more snacks than you really should have. Overeating is common when your diet doesn't have fiber. As a result, you end up gaining a lot more weight. In one study, it was seen that adding just 8 grams of fiber to your diet over a period of 20 months reduced your weight by over 4 pounds. Most of the weight lost by the participants was body fat. If you notice that you've been gaining weight far too quickly over a certain period of time, it could be due to a lack of fiber. Number 4. Bloating and gastrointestinal issues. When you don't have enough fiber in your diet, you tend to feel a lot more bloated. Fiber is an indigestible carb, which your body adds to your stool as bulk or directs towards your healthy bacteria in the gut. The gut bacteria breaks the fiber down. This is where gas is released. When there's too much fiber, the additional gas is what causes the bloating. However, when you haven't given your body enough fiber for a considerable amount of time, the gut bacteria tend to forget how to process it. As a result, it may take a longer time to process the fiber when you finally do have it. This is why dietitians also suggest you increase your fiber intake at a slow rate. By doing so, you'll give the body enough time to adjust and reduce the chances of bloating, along with other gastrointestinal issues. Number 5. Diabetes. If you do not include enough fiber in your diet, you're more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. This is especially true for people whose diet mainly consists of food like white bread, white rice, soda, and cookies. These foods are high on the glycemic index and digest very quickly. They're also low on fiber levels. In one study, it was found that people who eat the most fiber, especially cereal fiber, have the least risk of getting diabetes. This is because fiber can help make sure there are no spikes in your blood sugar and insulin levels. When they spike too much over a period of time, it will lead to diabetes. Before we move ahead, here's another video you might like. Watch and learn more about body changes that need your immediate attention. Now back to our list of 9 signs you're not getting enough fiber. Number 6. Heart disease. You run the risk of suffering a heart-related disease when your cholesterol levels are too high. This could be for any number of reasons. Research has shown that a lack of fiber is one of the top reasons for high cholesterol levels. When your cholesterol levels are out of the safe range, it means there's a lot of plaque buildup in your arteries. This increases the chances of a stroke or heart disease. But when there's enough fiber in your diet, it can get rid of the plaque as it moves through the intestine. Fiber acts as a magnet and keeps your cholesterol levels from going up. Number 7. Always sleepy. When your diet doesn't have fiber, the body digests carbs at a faster rate. It then releases them directly into your bloodstream. As a result, you'll have to deal with high blood sugar. On top of that, your energy levels will be inconsistent for the rest of the day. This means you feel tired and gross, even if you had a decent amount of sleep the night before. If you want to keep your energy levels stable, you'd be better off having a snack rich in fiber, with good protein and fat. If your body is given complex carbs to digest, it will take a little longer, giving you a steady stream of energy to keep you going throughout the day. It doesn't even need to be that complicated. Try bread smeared with a tablespoon of almond butter. You get all the nutrients you need to keep your energy levels up. Number 8. Fewer nutrients altogether. When you have a diet that doesn't include enough fiber, you're depriving yourself of other nutrients as well. A balanced diet includes all the protein, vitamins, and nutrients, not just fiber. If your diet doesn't include whole grains, legumes, and other veggies, you're probably not getting the fiber you need. This is why it's best to check with a doctor. They'll tell you if you're getting the proper amount or not. If it turns out that you're not getting enough, you need to change your diet. Your doctor may suggest multivitamins as well, depending on what your condition is. But still, the best way to avoid health risks is to make sure you're eating right every day. Number 9. Cancer risk. Eating fiber-rich foods like fruits and veggies can protect you from certain cancers like breast and colorectal. Research has found that for every 10 grams of fiber you eat, your risk of breast cancer reduces by 5%. For instance, eating 20 grams of fiber daily would mean you're reducing your risk of breast cancer by 10%. This means if your diet doesn't have enough fiber, you're at a higher risk of getting cancer. In addition to the anti-cancer effects of fiber, most foods with fiber, like veggies and fruits, are rich in antioxidants and nutrients. This can reduce the odds even more. It's important to get every kind of nutrient. They help your body in different ways. Interested in learning more? Let's keep the conversation going with a couple more diet-related videos, shall we? Here's what you need to know. Check out 9 of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. You can also learn how the 6 basic nutrients affect your body. So go ahead, click one, or better yet, watch both and learn more about health and nutrition. Are you planning on increasing your fiber after watching this video? Let us know in the comments below.